At 6, heading back to the White House, Donald Trump flies into Washington to meet President Biden. All smiles today as they meet to discuss the transition of power. Donald Trump assures the president it will be as smooth as you can get.
Politics is tough, and it's, in many cases, not a very nice world, but it is a nice world today.
Also tonight, the actor Timothy West has died at the age of 90, leaving behind his wife of 61 years, Prunella Scales. Surprised at the Old Bailey as the father of 10-year-old Sarah Sharif, who was found dead at her home in Surrey, says he takes full responsibility for her death.
That blood, she's gone.
Panic on Spain's Costa del Sol. Thousands of homes are evacuated in Malaga as more torrential rain sparks flooding. And was this whale really a Russian spy?
Hello there. So far this week, it's generally not been as gloomy. There was some sunshine around for many places on Tuesday, but some parts of Northern Ireland and southwest Scotland stayed misty and murky all day. That fog is lifting.
But this morning, first of all, it's a chilly start for some of us. There is some frost around. There once again is some fog too. That will mostly lift, although like yesterday, it could well drag its heels in Northern Ireland. Still about average for this time of year. But Sal and John, is really going to change by the looks of things next week when it will be quite cold.
Already feels quite cold this morning, Carol.
Well, Sal, you're in for a shock.
I definitely am.
You ain't felt nothing yet.
Carol, thank you.
Carol's had to go high-vis this morning because it's foggy morning.
Oh, that was a good one, John. But yes, it is foggy for some of us. Dense fog as well. Rather like yesterday in Northern Ireland when the fog didn't clear at all from some parts. But this is a Weather Watchers picture taken earlier this morning from Congleton in Cheshire. The temperature here at the moment is roughly 2 or 3 degrees. But talking of temperatures, this is what you can expect if you are stepping out. And Sal and John, as we head into the weekend and especially into next week, at the moment it looks like it's going to turn much colder than it has been, and some of us could well see some snow.
Really? Next week?
Yes.
It's time for the big coat, isn't it, Carol?
Where?
Yes.
Yeah.
Tell us later.
Thanks.
But she has news that it's getting a little bit colder.
It certainly is, Sal, especially through the weekend, but even more especially into next week. It will be a shock to the system because temperatures will be quite low.
Don't need another shock to the system, Carol. It's already early enough.
Oh, bless you. Well, today is not too cold for most of us, although having said that, there is a touch of frost around. We've had some clear skies by night. Beautiful Weather Watcher picture sent in this morning. You can see that it's from Devon. And we're looking at some fog patches as well. Good morning to you too. For some of us, it is a foggy start to the day, some dense fog as well. You can see this picture taken earlier in Dudley tells the story quite nicely.
We will hear the full version of the new Band-Aid Do They Know It's Christmas across the radio later this month. Look forward to that.
Just doesn't feel like 40 years ago at all, does it?
It really doesn't.
Terrifying.
I mean, what memories? We all remember where we were when we first heard that.
Absolutely right. I was quite young.
Yes, we were barely born, Carol. No.
If only. Good morning, both. This morning it's a chilly start for some of us. It's also a foggy start for some of us as well, as you can see from our Weather Watchers picture, which was taken just a little bit earlier today. Now, this morning it's been a foggy start and a cold start across many parts of the country. The fog is still with us. It will be quite slow to lift, but you can see where we had fog in Northern Ireland this morning, it is lifting. We're importing a bit more cloud across Belfast.
Lewis, hello. Well, rumours of cold weather and snow, and the answer is, well, yes, it is going to turn colder in the next few days, but not especially so. Nothing unusual for November. Well, it's starting to feel a little chilly out there. Colder weather is on the way. It's not going to arrive until next week. For the rest of this week and most of the weekend, it's pretty much business as usual.
The forecast, well, do you know what? It's not too bad tomorrow and so lush to see the sun today. Here it is. Hi. Hello again. Well, I hope you had a lovely day and like these little pups managed to find the sunshine today. I'm afraid as we go into tomorrow to start with, it's cloudier and a bit damp as well. But for a lot of Thursday and Friday, the weather's okay actually. Fair bit of cloud around, mostly dry and some bright spells. As we go into the weekend, starts to become a little bit more mixed. And then, as I said, into the weekend, just gradually becoming a bit more changeable, but we'll keep you posted. That's it from us all here in Rome/London. Cheerio.
Well, we had some sunshine today.
Finally.
Sophie, finally.
Thank you.
Yes, it was a good day for taking your dog for a walk. Many places in the UK had some sunshine today, but we're going to have more cloud moving down from the northwest overnight tonight, so it's not going to be as cold as it was last night. But then the wind direction changes, and this is where we get colder air pushing right the way down across the whole of the country. If anything, the winds are coming from the Arctic. So this is what it means for the beginning of next week. Daytime temperatures are going to be about 6 degrees, and overnight there's likely to be a frost as well. So quite different from what we're seeing at the moment.
Great time.
Welcome to Peru.
Not quite Peru, but a little bear tells me it's going to get colder next week. Darren is here. Hello. You are the said bear, obviously.
That's a very clever little bear, Riz. I'm going to save that for later. But what we had today, we actually had some sunshine. Yes, there was some cloud at times, but some welcome sunshine around today.
On the red carpet, men in jackets with no shirts. Is it going to be the weather for that in the week?
I'd say it was a bit chilly, certainly by the weekend. We won't be having any of that in this studio, Mary, I can tell you that now. Only distinguished gentlemen around Mary Nightingale. But yes, as we head through the next few days, it certainly is going to be changing a little bit. We're going to start off with the air mass chart, and as we run that sequence, you can see that mild air begins to get pushed out as the jet stream goes further south. That does one thing, it allows that colder air from the Arctic to come down and actually cause a drop in temperature. So we could be looking at some nighttime frost come the end of the weekend into next week. Well, as we head through the course of the next few days into the weekend, as I say before, it is going to be turning cloudier and also more unsettled for the weekend, and you'll notice a drop in temperature. So slightly more changeable conditions over the next few weeks, but certainly that colder weather coming in towards the end of the weekend into the start of next week. So maybe back to some frosty nights.
OK. Alex, thank you.